so we'll start with planning department zone change process.
I don't see
You know,
Noble here. Is he here?
I could go.
Oh, you're fine, it's public.
Well, I was gonna go get him.
I'll go get him.
Yeah, you needed him, so you could stay.
Yeah, he said he'd be here.
Okay.
I'll be right. But we could move without Jeremy running down there to go to the other one.
Which one?
The road service
Eric?
district,
Go ahead and do
Or
that.
who's that one?
well, Jeremy Rush ran off. It's, the road service district is Commissioner DeCruz's suggestion from previously in my email.
Okay.
I don't know if you wanna start with that.
Yeah, why don't we start with that? Commissioner, do you wanna tee up the item?
Sure, just to recap, for the board's memory, we talked about this, I believe, 2 weeks ago. It was, if I'm remembering correctly, it might be, in fact, I know it is, just last week. This is the creation potentially of a countywide road service district, which would in turn, if created, receive the secure rural schools dollars that are distributed by the federal government. In turn, it would then not be incorporated in our payment in lieu of taxes calculations, increasing those revenues by not having them in the prior year payments. So there's questions that were developed over the last week, or folks have ideas or thoughts, happy to hear.
I think as long as the loophole exists, the county would be foolish not to.
Yeah, I think we should try to I think we should direct council to just keep us moving forward in this effort and just see how it goes.
So there is the issue of the municipalities within the city needing to, I guess, agree or not object to it.
Yep.
So that needs to be done prior to us filing the initiating order or having the meeting for the initiating order. We need to have their resolutions from those cities authorizing.
So Commissioner, is that something you were intending to work on?
Yeah, that's something I'd be happy to do. Would it be possible for us to prepare something for them to put on their letterhead and adopt? And I don't know if we can do that. I can also ask Rob Bovett to help us maybe prepare something, some kind of a template, if he hasn't done that for us already.
I don't know that if I saw anything in his packet. Yeah, I mean, it certainly you would probably need something to let them know what it is that was going on. That Montana memorandum, I thought, really laid out how it works well.
Yeah.
So Commissioner, do you just wanna work with council and or Rob Bovett to get something together for those cities' considerations?
Sure.
And then get it in front of us when need be. Okay, so it sounds like there's consensus in that direction. Good with that? All right, everyone's good with that?
So
Can I
I
ask
ask a quick question on the
Sure.
subject? Is there I believe there won't be the ability to use those funds for patrol should that need ever arise? Because they would be those funds would be only for the district? Just to make sure everyone's aware, is that true, Mark?
I don't know if that's true or not. My understanding was they could be spent as they were before.
To make
That's
that
my
something
understanding
to-
as well.
Because it says county, not district, so the ORS says county, not district. The county can use road funds for patrol on county roads.
I think it would be transferring to the
But either way, it doesn't
road
matter.
district.
I mean, we're,
Yeah, it might not matter, but I just wanna make sure we're aware of all the positives and maybe some negatives that might come out of going down this road.
oh, I understand and I appreciate with that, but I mean, if we can enjoy a loophole that exists today in the current law and put more money into the road department's reserves, that's great for us. But there could be some restrictions in the future that but I guess what I'm trying to say is I think we should keep charging ahead and we can figure out what we can and cannot do with the funds after the fact. I sound like Nancy Pelosi, but I don't see that there's a downside to this right now. It may not solve the sheriff's department's problems, but it could help build our reserves or help slow the bleed that's happening in the road department with some of the expenditures.
So, it sounds like there's consensus to move forward, but definitely things that we will need to consider about. All right, planning department zone change process. Mr. Noble, Counsel.
Hello. So I think this came about because I sent up a ordinance for the commissioners to sign regarding a zone change that happened. In our process for a zone change in our land development code, it says that zone changes can be heard by the hearings officer. We don't have a hearings officer, so it defers down to the planning commission. Planning commission hears it. I draft a final order that says the planning commission is instructing me to draft an ordinance. So I drafted the ordinance and sent it to the commissioners. I agree it's kind of funky that you guys get something that you never heard. Here's an ordinance for you to draft. But this is, I'm not saying we can't change the process, but this is a process we've been doing for many years. I think it dates back into the 90s when at one time we were doing these zone changes just by orders. And for some reason, I'm not sure why, DLCD representative came down and said, you should be doing it by an ordinance. And so we just started doing it the way we've been doing it. So I think it dates back to the 90s, this process that we have. If you want to change it, fine with me. And
What can,
Where
and
it
I
popped
think
up is
concern-
BOCC staff saw it come through and thought, oh, this hasn't been at a hearing where there's been a vote.
It showed up in my box, and I said, I don't remember this. And they said, well, it never went to you guys. And I said, I'm not signing it then. And then the BOCC staff started trying to figure out why.
Sure, and an easy fix to that concern would be to just to send it through, I think, Senate's Plus for a Tuesday morning business meeting.
yeah, we certainly could do that.
And then you would have it, an open hearing and an opportunity to vote.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. I have no problem with that. I'm just not gonna sign anything that I haven't heard about. Just
Okay.
randomly sign it.
That's perfectly fair.
So it sounds like there's, well, actually, I haven't asked you, but I agree with Counsel and you that just sending it through a Tuesday morning, that way it's recorded, it's seen. Did you have any differing thoughts on that? Are you good with that approach?
Yeah, that approach sounds good. The only thing that I would, but so for us sending it to Civics Plus for a business meeting totally works. If it's being heard by the planning commission on a night where we're there already anyway, adding it to the joint piece would also work. That way it would get taken care of at that time.
Okay.
So, do we need to do this?
You can just
actual
send it
one?
back to me and I'll run through Civics
And,
Plus.
and that would work too, the joint PC.
Well, yeah.
All right, so it sounds like we have some agreement on that. Anything else before we adjourn?
I don't think so.
Unless we
All right.
Counsel?
Thank you guys.
Thank you.
All right, we're adjourned at 10:55.